Hello, fellow crafters. So I said that I would come on and show you how I put my umbrellas together. There's a lot of really good videos out there. I'm going to attach one video that I watched, and I like the way she put hers together. The one thing about her video is the fact that she made sides for this so that it would open. Made sides for it so it would open up much larger, and so the base is going to be different. But I think that I haven't made one. I have one cut out to make, but the base is going to be different because it's going to be wider, and so I think my idea will still work. It's just that there will be additional pieces attached to the side. So what I do is I get my paper cut out and I score it at 1/4 of an inch, and this one is 8 by 12. Now I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm sure that most of you already know this. Anyone who has done any scoring, that when you score, you have to make sure that you don't, of course, press too hard, but you want to press hard enough that the fold is going to be able to fold it. But even then, even if you don't press too hard, you still have the chance that your paper will split. So it's best to use the best paper that you can find. The heavier doesn't always mean better, but the one I did, the two I did before, were with a much stronger cardstock than this one here, and this one split on me. It split right here on this one area right here. What I did was I used some hot glue and ran in there, and I'll cover that up. You know, you can always cover up mistakes. So anyway, how I do it. So I put my two fans together, and you want to make sure that, of course, they're all matched up. Then what I do is before I squeeze it and start opening it up here, I take my stapler, and I've just got this one because my little small one stopped working for some reason, and I take each one of these little, I make sure that it's all even. Then I take each one of these folds and I staple them together so that it's, you know, you could glue it, but I tried doing the glue thing, and I had trouble with them shifting. So this way I just glue it. I mean, I just staple it. Then next what I do is you go to the Dollar Tree and you buy a big old bag of these things, rubber bands. Then what I do is I take it and I put the rubber band around it and make sure that the rubber band is going to be about where I want it, because I'm going to be covering the rubber band up too. Then I take and I start opening it up as much as I can possibly get to where I'll be able to put stuff in it. Then I take and I glue down my sides, because I'm going to decorate them as well. So I don't care how close together, you know, I don't care. For me, I don't care if it doesn't go all the way over. you know, that they're not like that, where they're matched up. That doesn't bother me because I'm going to cover the side anyway with something. And so then I glue those down, and you can use hot glue. I use regular art glitter glue. And so then once all that is done, once I have got my sides glued together, then that's when I start decorating this. And what I like to do is I like to cover the rubber band with some washi tape, only so that I make sure that it stays, you know, that you can't make sure that it stays covered up when you go to decorate it, just, you know, because I try to put the color on the, you know, like the pink here. And so then I just put some washi tape on, okay, and then I go and find whatever I'm going to use to cover it up with. And I'm not necessarily going to use this one for this umbrella, but I just wanted to show you, you can use anything that you have to cover that up. And so then you've got it's all covered up. You're not going to see the staples. You're not going to see the rubber band. And until you get to the point where you feel comfortable enough to make them the way Donna does, but because I tried that, and I just could not, for me, I just couldn't get it to where it fit right. And so I made like 4 of them, and I just couldn't get them to work right, and they all ended up in the trash because they were just trashed. And so I went to bed that night, and I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. And all of a sudden it just dawned on me, why don't you staple them? And it works so well for me. So I did the staple, the rubber band, cover it up, and I'm good to go now. I can just go ahead and decorate my fan or my umbrella any way I want. Now, the ones with the additional sides, and how you do that is you would cut a piece of paper that is 3, I think 3 inches is plenty, so 3 by 8, and you would score it this way, and then you would glue them on first before you did this. Before you pinched it together, you'd want to make sure all the sides were glued together. Then you could bring it in. Like I said, I have not tried to do one of those with the staples and the rubber band, but I do not see why it would not work the same. I know that they're much thicker, and you have to come up with a whole different base for them because they're so much wider that you can't put them, like, say, on the things that I put them on like a little mirror. You have to have something that's high enough up that it can actually sit down into something. So, but please check out the videos that are out there, because there are, definitely go and check out Donna's video. She shows how to do it, and I will put a link to this, I can't remember her name. I was, you know, going through looking for videos on it, and I ran across her video, and I really liked the way that she put her sides and stuff together first, and but I still would have to try to figure out something for down here, because I'm just not comfortable with just putting the glue in there, and it kept falling apart for me. So if you can do it the other way, bless your heart, go for it. If you want a little extra help, and then go with the staples and the rubber band and cover it up. And so that's my my way of doing mine. Like I said, you know, if you can do it the other way, bless your heart, go for it. And I know I'm going to get some thumbs down on this one, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. It's what is what works for me. So thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.